Could you please join us for the flag salute? It's 9 o'clock. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Monday, July 28th, 2025 meeting as written?
So moved.
Been moved by Avondra, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye.
I'll abstain. I wasn't here last week.
That motion carries. Motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign one tax abatement in the amount of $694.40. I visited with Connie this morning. She said they had come in and went through the protest process and got the valuation lowered. So, also moved.
I'll second.
Moved by Thompson, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Planning and Zoning Administrator Heidi Harris. Good morning.
I want to come up and give you guys an update about the comprehensive plan since it's been a little bit since we talked about it. So we officially have gone through all of our town halls. We did 6 of them. So July 14th we were in Leva, there was 38 people. July 15th was Gridley, 27 people. The 16th at Leroy was 29 people. 17th was New Strong with 32. Then we came back about a week and a half later and did Burlington on the 29th for 63 people total. The 30th was Waverly for 45, so we have about 235 citizens that participated in our town halls. And as of the 30th, we had 193 surveys filled out online. And so the consultant's going to go back and use the information we compiled the week they were here, plus all the town halls, to finish writing our plan. And then they'll make a draft copy, which will go in front of the planning board to review and make a recommendation to you guys through a public hearing and possibly have that done early this fall. So that is the update on the plan. Any questions for me?
Do you get any printouts of those surveys to look at for redundancies?
There's actually ones that are going to look at the redundancies, but when it's all said and done, I'd like to post with your guys' permission the results of the surveys on our website so that everybody can see the comments that were said, plus how many were for one thing versus another. So that way it's public knowledge.
But nobody in Coffee County won't be able to look for redundancies.
That's not their process. We can ask them if you want me to look for them.
Yeah, I would like that.
Okay. So that'd be something I have to ask them and see how I can get a copy of them to look at them.
Do you feel a positive response to the community overall, or?
Yes, we did hear a lot of comments. At pretty much every meeting was the same comment heard, except for it was a different take on it. They had different viewpoints and different questions and concerns related to the issue. So I feel like we had really good turnouts, really good input, and I think we're a really good start to a good plan.
When I attended 4 of the 6, I thought there was quite a bit that was universal through the 4 sides. And then you could tell some of the things were geographic from Leva. They had a few things compared to, say, Burlington.
Or even Leroy or Gridley.
Yeah. So, yeah, I thought the county as a whole, for the most part, was very cohesive in what was going on.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
Did a lot of.
Yes.
Appreciate
A lot of
your
miles.
efforts. Yeah, very much.
So I'll just keep you guys in the loop. I'll let you know when planning board has their first public hearing for the draft copy, because they'll probably have, I would assume, more than one. I don't think the first time I take it to them, they're going to have to, like, this is your plan. I don't see that. If it is, I'll be shocked. So I have a feeling, and I would hope that they would go through a couple of meetings to develop a good plan. But then you guys have the opportunity to look at it too and decide if you want to keep the revisions that they're proposing or to change them, whatever you guys would like to do. So,
Okay.
all right, well, you guys have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you. Sheriff's Office Heroes Pool for Special Olympics. Good morning.
Good morning. We had a really successful fundraiser for Special Olympics Kansas and COF services. Ended up raising $11,790, and we have a trophy for the organization that raised or contributed the most funds. And for the second year in a row, thank you for being that organization. You're the first to donate, and it's the most funds to donate to it. So appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your goal was what, 10,000, Tom, is that what?
Yes, sir, $10,000.
Yeah. And you did 11,
11,790.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's good. She's puts her heart and soul into it.
Couldn't have done it without the community though, so.
Yeah, very true.
We appreciate everyone involved. It's a good program.
Yeah.
I just wish we'd had a little more time pulling trucks that night.
Lightning
Just the
didn't
weather and
help.
the lightning just didn't, want to help us out any this year.
Wasn't cooperative, was it?
Yeah.
Well, while we're here anyway, OK Kids is coming up the 5th, 6th, and 7th of September. The board's asked me to come talk to you about donation again this year. They have for the past, I don't know how many years. But this is our 24th year. Unbelievable that we've had 24 years of OK Kids. And again, it's all been on donations. It has been 24 years. So, I'd like to talk to you while I'm here today for donation if you guys have the ability to do that this year.
What do we normally do?
Let me see if I can find it.
Last 2 years, it's been $4,000.
What's the organization? Kind of give me a rundown on what that's.
OK Kids is Outdoor Kansas for Kids. So we put on 3 days. There's free camping for kids and their families. The Corps of Engineers in Tulsa District just shuts the Riverside East and Riverside West down. Riverside West is completely full already of campers for kids, and the kids will be there. And part of Riverside East has already been filled. We will do Saturday morning, the kids will get up and they can have a fishing contest derby at Nixdrone Lake. We do that from 9 till 11 or 11:30. Myself and Tanya Cathcart have been doing that along with other Sheriff's Office employees, wildlife and parks. We've been involved in that since the start. It's kind of what I do is the fishing derby in the morning. Once we do that, then at 1 o'clock, they have 30-some events that we do for kids. There's everything from play pigeon shooting, there is archery, there's paintball shoots, there's canoeing, everything that you can think of for kids to do, free of charge. Last year we had over 550 kids there. We expect 600 this year. And that's Coffee County kids that we're dealing with. Anybody's welcome. But we're expecting 600 this year. They'll come in, it's a secure environment where there's one gate in, one gate out. Law enforcement's there the entire time. So it's a secure environment for the kids. They just play to their heart's content. The breakfast is served for them on Saturday morning. The hospital comes in and gives them hot dogs and chips and stuff for lunch, free of charge. And the evening meal on Saturday, we provide a pulled pork dinner. We have for years and years and years. And we're doing that again this year. And then after the meal, they have a movie, and they give them all popcorn. And then we have a drawing, and we give away about $1,500 worth of prizes to the kids that are there. Last year was our first year. This will be our second year. We gave away a lifetime hunting and fishing license. So that alone is $1,000, $900 and some odd dollars. But we decided to do something to try to keep the kids around. Many parents just pick up the stuff and then they're gone, So we wanted to keep those kids there and keep them active. And the whole idea is to get kids outside, get them away from that television, get them off that couch, and get them outside and be doing events. So after we feed and we give away prizes or whatever, everybody goes to bed and they'll give them breakfast. Sunday morning. I think fire station, is it fighting the fire station?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
On Sunday morning, they give them breakfast, and after that, then they can go home. Then it turns around that we show up and we clean up, put everything away with wildlife and parks, and do all the trash patrol and everything else. But it is, if you've never been there, and you don't think that your money is well spent, please show up. To see 600 kids and their families wanting of nothing, they want for nothing because it's all given to them for 3 days. It's an unbelievable event to get those kids out in the environment and get them out in the community and get them off the couch. It's a great
Sounds
thing.
wonderful.
It is a great thing.
It really is.
Yeah, please, just bring your kids, bring your grandkids, whatever you got, and come down. You will never, it is not a bad day. We've had it where it's rained Thursday and Friday, you show up and kids are in mud, they don't care. They want to be out playing with everybody. It's miserable for us because you're standing in mud everywhere. But we have everything from bouncy houses for the young kids to bouncy houses for the adult kids, and it is everything. It's unbelievable how much stuff they have. OK Kids Kansas has it. So we have our own website. Please get on the website and you can see every event, all the sponsors, and everything else that we could not have done the last 24 years. It would have been from donations throughout the county. So that's it.
I'd make a motion that we donate what we donated last year to.
Casey, you said,
Last year it was 4,000 and it came from, general fund, community improvement line item.
yeah, I second that.
It's been moved by Barker, and seconded by McCurry to continue our donation of $4,000 for the OK Kids. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Thank
Please-
you, sir, for
Please
your
come
work.
out. Yeah,
Thank
please
you.
come out. If you haven't been out, please come out for a little bit and see those kids and how much joy those kids have when they come out there and just, they want for nothing that day.
And there's a lot of work involved.
Oh, sir, there is unbelievable work down. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate all that too, from everyone involved.
You bet. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you guys for doing it.
It's really-
I know it's a lot of work, but the youth.
It pays off. Yes, it pays
Really.
off. It does. It pays off.
Trouble and developing
Really
something
shows,
later on down the road.
Yeah, it does.
shows your commitment to our community, you and all the people involved.
Yeah, it does. I really appreciate it, guys. 24 years. It's something to say for 24 years.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep, thank you.
Anybody have anything else to sign today? That stuff there maybe.
Yep, just your, special issues and payroll.
Casey, I think we'd already, do we need to go back over that again, maybe discuss that?
Have you already signed it? I think Jenny is coming up for this today. Yeah, I think Jenny is on the agenda for this
Is
today.
that the contract? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably have
Okay.
to sign this, but we
Okay.
can wait until she comes up
Okay.
just to make sure.
So we work on signing some stuff.
Yep.
Ahead of schedule here.
Jessica wasn't sure, so she just stuck it in
Yeah.
both the stack so we can hold on to it until Jenny comes up.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it totally. I'm just gonna sign it now so it doesn't get forgotten, that's all.
Is that the one you were talking about?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, I think we decided, we pretty much decided we were gonna do that, but it just, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was a. We can hold it if you want.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we made a motion.
You want me to hold this one?
Yeah, maybe we could do it by ear.
All right.
That one on top of there, so.
Okay.
Casey,
Yes.
could you make me a copy of that page?
Just A one-page?
Yeah, so I can put it with my phase 2 project for the courthouse.
Sure.
When we decide to do that renovation, that. Good.
Yeah.
For acquiring total season, charging 3% fee for architectural, and we have 7.3% listed on your bill. Architectural fees, last time we had that meeting, they said it was like 3%.
Oh, on the second phase.
On the whole thing. Their bill says 7.3. That was at $1.9 million.
Thank you.
Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome.
Change that.
Yeah. Maybe able to do the job, keep it under budget.
Yes.
Did we make a motion on?
Okay.
I don't know if we did, we had a kind of a head nod, didn't we?
We never officially did.
It was a general consensus. Okay. I couldn't remember.
No,
We didn't make a motion.
No.
Okay.
On the 269.
Yeah.
We have a motion typed up, I think, for.
But it was never done.
It was never
We
done,
did.
is that correct? I
Correct.
couldn't remember.
We talked about it.
We had a good discussion on it,
Yeah.
and I think the general
And
consensus
we
was.
wanted to see the paperwork.
Right.
Yeah, Ginny was gonna go type it all up.
Right, okay, okay.
We have it typed up for today. I think once she comes up, if you guys
I just
want to do
couldn't
it.
It was, I saw the paperwork was sent out to us on an email.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Yeah, we,
Hello.
Morning, can I give this to all the guys?
Sure.
You might want to keep one for yourself.
Okay.
how you doing, LB?
Well, not very good.
We'd, speak at the end of the meeting if you like.
I would be interested, I know I'm not on the agenda,
Yep.
Thank you.
but I'd sure be interested in talking with you.
Okay.
Thank you all. I suppose Wade will be in?
Yeah.
He should be.
What did we talk about, 3%?
That's what we told him, and that didn't have a meeting here. Put it with that phase 2 proposed
Right,
region,
right.
If everything goes to schedule, we shouldn't be,
Okay,
Long time
I was
today.
kind of curious what
yeah,
you
I mean,
thought
we've
you-
got,
it would be at the end, right?
yes, yes,
Okay.
we've just got
Get all of this stuff.
things through,
Okay.
like 10:30 is all, but, you know, I don't know.
I'll
what
tell you,
else
if
we
you
need.
think it'd be, if you can give me a rough time, I could leave and come back if that would work.
Well, we've got,
I realize that's pretty
well,
hard.
we're a little ahead of schedule right now, but, well, it wouldn't be before 10 o'clock for sure. I mean, it's gonna be,
I've got some errands I can run and come back.
If you need to do those, and we move ahead fast, we'll wait on you.
Okay, I can leave you a phone number, you can call me if you thought it was gonna be sooner or something, would that work?
yeah, that's fine.
620-341-0957.
I'd say it's gonna be 10:30 at least.
I'll try to get back about 10.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Oh,
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Hi. We were just holding that until after, if you just put that paperwork.
Yep, I can do that.
Then I won't lose you.
Sure.
Hey, Todd,
Good morning.
that's why I gave you Casey.
So I could lose it.
Casey, what happened to it?
I'll pull a Brad trick.
Yeah.
I'll put the binder clip on it.
Yeah, add some, weight to it,
Yeah.
easier to index.
He
doesn't
puts a
it?
big binder clip on his valuables on instead.
I can do this off.
Well, we wouldn't want to. You have an executive session or anything? Okay,
Department update.
okay. Just because Willie wasn't here was the only reason I was asking, so. Noxious weed recycling direct,
Can
pardon
you
me?
get a hold of him? Have him come up?
Sure.
Thank you.
We ready to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, have you got a chance to look at your consent agendas yet, or does that come later in the meeting?
Oh, for the,
Your proposed new hires?
Well, so I was gonna come to the commission, I made an appointment last week to let you know that we got somebody hired in there. And then with late developments, last week, I got another guy to replace the guy that retired. And this one, the second guy actually already has his CDL, which is a big step for us right now, so we don't have to go through that process, but,
What was it advertised? You advertised just one position,
we just advertised for a position, we didn't actually.
but then you had another position.
Right. Well, we actually didn't receive but one application, and that one wasn't sufficient, so we had Ryan Durst bring us the applications that they weren't gonna use, so that's what we went through.
So I guess you did,
Well,
you did advertise
We
for a
advertised-
position
yeah,
for your department.
2 months ago.
because you've been shorthanded for,
I've been shorthanded for 2 full months.
yeah.
Yeah, I had, the one guy that quit, and then Bill was on medical leave for 2 months. And then the guy that retired, he was basically part-time for the last 2 months because he had his obligations. He was willing to stick around and help us out, but he had obligations he had to meet, so he was basically just part-time for the last 2 months.
Okay.
He would fill in whenever, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are we ready to do these motions? Motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Ryan Wilkins, recycling/light equipment operator, new hire, full-time, wage classification 30-1, wage $19.73, effective 8/4/2025.
So moved. I'll second.
Been moved by Evandraw, seconded by McCreary. Any further discussion?
Go into this, I think we need to have Wade here to make sure we're straight on the advertising of this. And we've got some questions about when somebody's done,
Expectedly and unavoidably.
Okay, do we wanna,
let's table that, or I would suggest we table it until Wade's here.
I don't know the proper procedure.
We got a motion and a second, so I don't think we just table it, probably have to vote on it.
And then see if it passes, if not, it dies.
I mean, you could vote it down and reconsider it after all this.
Okay. That's suitable. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion fails. Correct?
All those opposed?
All those opposed?
Aye.
Okay, motion fails. So, did you get to visit with him?
Brad called his office. He is at the police station and is stuck there for a little bit, handling something. So he'll be in, but not sure when.
Okay. So that's all you had for us was these two?
Well, then Todd said something in the last week's commission meeting about noxious weeds. We probably should touch on that a little bit.
Okay.
So, I think you said something about bindweed and cerisa. I don't see any more of a problem with those two particular weeds than we do on a normal basis. Now, Johnson grass, I feel, has exploded.
Well, I've got calls after that about the Johnson grass.
The Johnson grass is what we've seen that has really just exploded. So when you get calls like that, if you would have them call my office, we send somebody out. We work on the complaints right off the bat and get them taken care of as soon as possible.
Have we sent any letters out over any of it?
I just got one sent out last week about cerisa that's a serious problem. The pasture is completely covered with cerisa.
There's a lot up in our area.
Yeah, and it was in your area.
So I think what I'm getting is from people that are controlling it themselves, and their neighbors that aren't controlling it, and the movement of it. And I think people, because it's a misdemeanor, it can be fined.
Right.
And that we need to be active on that. So, maybe stir people up to take care of because you guys are supplementing the chemicals that are coming in.
Yes, we are.
For that, and we need to prompt them somehow. But with letters and things going out, phone calls, visits, those kind of things, I think your department can do those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely, and we do, and we talk to the landowners about that on a daily basis. So now, if you're wanting to get into where we're finding people for not doing that, then that's going to involve having Wade in on the situation.
That's a whole different process.
That's a whole different process.
It's a whole different process, but it's also a state law that
it is a state law to treat your noxious weeds, but I'm going to just say 95% of the landowners in Coffee County have some noxious weed growing on their property.
But there's a lot out there that are problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody that says they don't have cerisa, I think they're fooling themselves, but people need to try to control it. It's all about controlling it because, the seed viable for a long time and total eradication would be.
I don't think we'll ever eradicate it, but I think we can control it to keep it from
because
invading places.
the minimal cost of escort.
Right.
Especially through your program.
Yeah, exactly.
This stuff ought to be being taken.
Well, but if you're wanting to go on a cost per acre basis, the escort is definitely the way to go. It's the cheapest. We're talking $2 an acre, so.
As far as quicker, it's also
Well, yeah, you can't see quick results with the escort.
No, you can't.
But you can buy the other chemicals through us on a cost
So
per
like the
basis.
Johnson grass, a lot of times the Johnson grasses are in the fields themselves.
Yeah,
I mean, that's where.
well, we're seeing a lot of it in the roadside this
Right,
year.
I do too.
And other counties have said the same thing.
Sure, sure.
It's been a great year for Johnson grass, and you can't hardly get the rhizomes of it killed off. But
Right,
you gotta keep working on it. When I
Yeah.
spray, I'd have a boom over,
yeah,
just trying to take care of it, 'cause it's ugly and it's mess.
right. We're using plateau ourselves and trying to push that towards the landowners. It'll let other grasses free up. Whereas if you're using
Is that a
Roundup,
residual?
yeah, it does have a residual, and it can be, if you put it on too heavy,
It'll kill.
you'll have, bare ground for a year, so.
But it doesn't kill some other grass.
It'll let the other grasses come through if you don't get it on too heavy.
I see.
And then there's Roundup.
Then there's Roundup, which will kill what you spray, but as soon as we get another rain, you know, the
Come back up
seedlings
to
are
the
coming
grass.
back up, so, yeah.
I just, you know, as long as we're out there helping, telling people, sending letters.
We are, but this is something that you need to consider, is that my recycling department has been shorthanded for 2 months. You know, 2 men down all the way, and then one that was part-time. I've got to take my weed sprayers off of spraying county roads to work in the recycling department, because that doesn't stop. We have to pick up businesses Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then residences on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so I've had to move people over.
And with these two, that'll fill them back
That'll get
up.
us back up to a full crew.
And on the subject of recycling, you're shorthanded. I know for a long time you have not accepted the plastic bags you get like at the
Correct.
grocery stores and stuff like that, but there's been other groups in town that have been collecting them, right, and taking them to some deposit site. Eventually, I think the Lions Club did it at one time, and
Yeah.
then they eventually get benches.
And we had some
out of that.
containers of theirs out there for a time collecting those, but
Anyway, I guess there's a group doing it now, but I guess they're wanting to hand it off to some. Is there any way possible?
so we
that-
can't have it in our waste stream that we're baling, because when they take it to process it, those bags get caught up in equipment and cause shutdowns. So they won't even purchase any of our plastics if they have bags in it. So we've gotten away from
Is it
those
possible
ourselves.
to collect just the plastic bags the way they have been and collect them and bale them?
I would have to see where we could find an outlet. I don't think it's gonna be something that we could put on our semi-trucks that go out of there. It'd have to be something else.
Right. I can get with you later on that. Somebody gave me some literature about what they are doing now and how, the big problem is storage space.
Yeah.
And that may be a problem. I don't know what it's like for you out there, but
We've made a lot of progress in the last week, doing some processing, because Tuesday and Thursday were 5th Tuesdays and 5th Thursday, and that's when we do our processing, because we only pick up, you know, the second or the first 4 weeks of the month, and then if we happen to be lucky and get a 5th Tuesday, that's a baling day, so.
I guess right now, for several years, they've had people, I guess you'd say, trained to collect their plastic bags, you know, for
Mhm.
that purpose, and if they stop doing it, they would like to see somebody keep doing it, so those plastic bags don't go into the trash.
Right, we have people that use them to sort, you know, the
Right.
recyclables that they leave out for us, but.
But then that's essentially trash.
And then,
after that.
and once we've sorted it, it goes in the trash, yes.
So, well, I might give.
But I mean, I'm open to listen to possibilities.
Okay, I might give it to you later. then.
Okay.
So do we have something, maybe
Can
you
you
might,
explain to them what's happened there?
So, a couple months ago, we had a guy quit, and we advertised for help. I think we got one application, wasn't really what we were looking for. And then, Ryan Durst and Adam Hope gave us their applications that they didn't use when they hired some positions. And we made a hire, out of one of those. And then, in the meantime, I had a guy retire, and so I interviewed another guy for that position. And so, Todd's got a question on, I won't put words in your mouth, so.
Not advertising for the second position with the resignation or retirement.
So we advertised 2 months ago, and like I said, I think we got one application. And then went through theirs, and we found 2 that we could use there. So I was originally coming in to just talk to the commission about the one hire, and then I interviewed for the second position last week. We got him in and got him drug tested. That all came back good, so I had him start today as well.
Is the common to alternate back and forth?
On applications? Yes.
Okay. So it's not something new?
No, we've done it in the past.
I mean, I think as long as they're properly vetted.
Well, like I said, we asked for applications 2 months ago. We got one. We just don't get a lot of applicants out there.
You say you had one?
We had one. And it wasn't.
Not one of these.
We're experiencing something similar for the open custodian position too. So that's not unfamiliar territory.
Right.
I think Todd's concern is whether we need to, since we have a resignation, we need to have a
Formal.
We already, that's the first one that we hired, was for that formal resignation, and that was what I advertised for help for. This last one is the guy that was gonna retire the end of May, but agreed to stick around, until Bill came back from his medical leave.
But on the noxious, back on the noxious weed, I'm sorry, but back on the noxious weed, so if you get a call, if you get a call, then you send somebody out.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
Weather permitting, but, yes.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
That,
I would
the one
just-
we got today is not involved, yes.
It's not, no.
Correct?
Correct.
And that's, because we've always had noxious weeds around, I mean, and
Right.
you guys have done a great job of taking care of that.
I guess my thing is, I know there's Miss Teresa till the end of earth with what there are some places out there that it's nothing but a map.
Right, and I guess what I was after, Todd, was that if his department was notified, then
Yeah.
then he
But
goes
I
out.
also think that maybe that some of those places, if you guys are out and about, to document where those, like one you talked about,
Mhm.
the fields are, because
Yeah,
there's
one-
quite a few in there, that we need to send a letter out to those.
One of my
places.
sprayers just came back last week, and he was up, north of Lebo County line, and there was one place that he said it was just basically solid Cerisa. So, they've already received a letter.
And that is
That's
a
what I'm
problem,
looking at.
because I fight Cerisa on a yearly basis, either through summer burns or spraying or
Right.
whatever. And not necessarily adjoining me, but you drive somewhere else and you see a pasture that's being overran with
Mhm.
Cerisa.
Birds and stuff are constantly
Right,
spreading it.
And so, it is an issue, and Cerisa is a big issue.
And Cerisa puts out its own chemical that does away with competition, so
Right.
that's why it
Right,
spreads so rapidly.
it does.
So, I guess with what Wade said, flip pages here again.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion on his hires.
And I'll second. I'll
Okay.
second that.
On the first one,
You want me to read the motion? Yeah.
Motion to authorize and Barker's made a motion, has been seconded by McCurry to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Ryan Wilkins, recycling-light equipment operator, new hire, full-time, wage classification 30-1, wage $19.75, effective
73 cents.
73,
I'm sorry.
sorry.
For interrupting.
Yep, that's fine.
That's good.
I was reading in the next line. Wasn't paying attention. Effective 8/4/2025. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So, oh, this is the first one. Why is there a difference in the classification?
So the second one is the one that was a late hire last week, and he already has his CDL. And so that's
Little
why
more
there's,
credentials?
yes, so
Okay.
that's why there's a disparity in the wages.
Okay, perfect.
I was gonna say that he's the one that's got the CDL,
Yes,
is that correct?
yes,
That's what I thought, I just wanted to.
yeah.
Okay. So, ready for the next one, I guess? Motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the Coffee County payroll notice for Hunter Ludall, recycling-light equipment operator, new hire, full-time, wage classification 30-3, wage $20.47, effective 8/4/2025. I'll move.
Second.
Moved by Thompson and seconded by Evans-Roth. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Anything else for me?
Nope, is that okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
These are billing.
Pardon me?
That letter you guys are getting, that is billing.
That's correct.
Yes. But they are aware of that one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you guys are ready.
Just the front part of it, not the back part. Just the resignation part.
Yeah, I didn't read it back.
That's just the resignation papers, all I have, not the rest of it.
Okay. Did you see that?
When we did an executive session, we talked about non-elected personnel.
Need to explain what, for job performance or?
Job performance.
Okay. Where do you type that out?
It'll be underneath this
If you're
one.
gonna do it, you better grab it.
Well,
We can just
Just us discuss it?
Just you guys and Wayne?
Yeah. You think 10 or 15 minutes? What do you think, Todd?
10.
Okay.
Do you want me to, are you going into the session?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to wait out there?
No, we'll go across.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Make yourself comfortable.
Coffee's over here.
Coffee's over there with you guys. Gotcha.
Non-elected personnel regarding job performance?
Yes. So, Barker has made a motion to go into executive session for 10 minutes for discuss non-elected personnel job performance. Do I have a second? I'll second it. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We will go in at 9:51.
didn't want to walk it out. He went to the little boy's room.
How you doing? How are you?
Good.
Good. This will be L94.
So you just flipped the switch on now, did you?
Sure.
Yeah, no, probably just, so nothing's been said about.
No.
Okay.
No, we,
So I guess no action taken in our previous executive session. All right. Anybody need to take a break or? Huh?
not yet.
Okay.
We got so long.
Okay. Coffee County Concepts and Economic Development. Jenny Tapman, approved revolving loan fund agreement. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
It was.
Morning. Thank you.
Yeah. So,
Your thoughts?
I got the loan agreement document written up for Coffee County Concepts as per our previous meeting when they did the presentation. I did have Wade review it, and I don't believe there was any changes that he suggested in the agreement document. And so, talking to Angie, she gave you guys the document to review over the weekend. And then I did, Friday afternoon, I gave a copy to Jessica that has been signed by Alex and Stephen. So, just if you guys had any questions after you reviewed, if there was anything I could answer on it or any concerns with the agreement.
I replied to that email wondering if Wade had looked over it, and I never got a response
Oh,
back.
I am sorry, because I guess I forgot because we had talked about the
Yeah.
IRB. Yes, Wade, you did review the loan agreement document, and as far as I know, there wasn't any legal concerns to it.
No, the only revision that I had at one point in time was once equipment's purchased to add serial numbers, and then when documents get filed with the UCC, you'll have specific
Okay.
equipment that'll be tied to that furniture.
Yes, and I did add a sentence, so the copy you guys received, I think, said that they would provide serial numbers for equipment purchase. And, I do have like a to-do list, to get from them after the fact, and one of them is, a document with a detailed description of the collateral. So we'll get that from them, as well as a copy of the, mortgage document for the, location of the building. And then they'll need to submit proof of insurance too, because we're requiring, life insurance and property insurance. So I don't have that yet, but I'll get those.
Any more questions? Motion to approve the Coffee County revolving loan fund / loan agreement by and among the Coffee County Commission, lender, and the Coffee County Concepts LLC, a Kansas limited liability company, Stephen L. Link and Stephen A. Link, borrower. Borrower promises to repay to the order of county the sum of $269,090, together with interest thereon at a rate of 4% per annum, to finance the purchase of a building located at 402 Main Street, Ridley, Kansas, 66852, and to purchase machinery and equipment. Funds to come from the Economic Development Loan Fund, number 115.
I'll make that motion.
Been moved by McCurry and seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Did they give you some kind of time frame for operation?
So
once they can get the equipment purchased, they have asked for 6 months of interest-only payment, so that'll start on September, and then the full payments will start February. So I'm assuming they're planning to have things up and going by that, so it's about 6 months.
So would this need to say to have the chairman sign and to direct the chairman to sign, or is that necessary?
Is it just the chairman or is it all the commissioners? I can't remember the.
Previously, we had just had a chairman sign, and then there was like a county witness, county clerk, or.
Yeah, so.
We're
Yeah,
okay.
to have approved the chairman to sign.
I just went by what had been previously done in other documents.
So everybody's okay with that amended, so and direct the chairman to sign, it should say in that sentence. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. County representative, I assume.
I'll let them know they couldn't be here this morning because they are both working full-time jobs, which I can assume you guys can appreciate. But we'll get them in here to make sure they get everything they need.
Okay. Well, I guess is that all we have on that topic then?
I think that's everything I had with the Coffee County concepts zone.
Okay. Economic development, Jenny, tackling local development incentives.
Figured since I was up here this morning, I had just a couple things. And I had sent you guys just an email last week with just some basic information. One is about industrial revenue bonds. As I am a new county employee, there's a few different incentive programs through, the state, or that I see that other counties have that I'm just not familiar with, or I don't know as much the history with Coffee County, what we've done in the past. I know we've switched through a few economic development directors. So that's what I just wanted to give you guys the information. One of them was on industrial revenue bonds, just to have a conversation, make sure we're kind of all on the same page as far as knowledge base. You guys, you may have some familiarity with some of these incentives, but again, since I didn't, I figured it's a good starting point to get us all kind of level set on some of these. One of them I've been doing a little research on, and I've talked with like Craig from Department of Commerce and from some other economic development directors in our area. It's called Industrial Revenue Bond, and basically a summary, just like what you guys have in your document, is it's a tool where the county would act as a conduit, issuing special bonds on behalf of a private company that's trying to finance a large capital project, building a new building, expanding. It could be a new company coming into Coffee County, or it could be an existing business that just needs to do a big capital project. So it provides two key incentives. One would be a sales tax exemption on construction materials. So I was told if somebody's doing a new construction project, they should already get a sales tax exemption on labor. But with the IRB, it would also provide a sales tax exemption on construction materials. So rising costs of lumber, steel, all this stuff going into building can make projects very, very expensive very quickly. So that would at least help with the sales tax. And then the other part of an IRB could be a potential property tax abatement on the building or the expansion for up to 10 years. So the important part on an IRB that I think could be interesting for the county is that it's not an actual financial risk to taxpayers, so it's not spending taxpayer money the incentive would be, you know, the sales tax and the property tax abatement. But we would be basically helping to issue those bonds, and then the bonds would be paid back in full by the company. So I just wanted to put that out there, kind of get your guys' thoughts, if you know if Coffee County's done this before, or if it's something you would be interested to pursue, if there was a qualified company that was, you know, that came to me that was interested in this, or if we think it would fit with Coffee County.
And you've got someone in mind, or you've got, or
I've
you...
had a few businesses that have sent me emails asking about these, like, different incentives that we offer. So I want to be able to, if I send them something back and say, like, hey, this is something that the county could pursue if we start getting more information. Specifically with, like, IRBs, there would need to be, you know, a bonding agency. So if a a business said, hey, we want to look at doing an IRB, they would need to go to that bonding council, start talking about putting documents together. Before I had somebody even spending money on that, I just wanted to get your guys' feel on it, if that makes sense.
We would be the sponsor, we would be the sponsor of the bond, I mean, we would be the requesting.
Yes, so, and again, I'm very new to this, but from what I was told, the way it works, if a company wanted to do an IRB, they would start planning their project. They would present to the county that they wanted to use IRB financing. We would authorize issuance of a bond on that company's behalf, and then they would be sold to investors to fund the project. So we would kind of be the conduit in it, but I was told usually there's like a bonding agency. There's agencies out there in Kansas that's what they do, to basically structure it and then help us help the company do it.
So Wade, is IRB what we have with SSM? That's a different type of deal.
Yeah. Industrial revenue bonds were in the initial discussion phase with Joe Serrano, sort of towards the back end, even post SSM. I know he had done some work, and there was probably some work product at Tucson Rock that ties to IRBs with him. So we could potentially tap into that through Kutak Rock. IRBs were also discussed somewhat at the Bailey Beto site to potentially use the IRBs into the future, because it does not impact the full faith and credit of the county. That's one of the huge benefits, and then you can add it on the backside.
But the deal that we have with SSM, we were kind of guaranteeing those bonds.
They're GO bonds. They're GO bonds, but they're tied to, a CID was created in that area. As a part of the CID, there's GO bonds tied to the CID, and then a special assessment tied to the CID. So a different mechanism, probably altogether, than
I just want to try to explain the difference, or, this wouldn't be putting us tying up an IRB wouldn't be tying up our credit, so to speak.
Full faith and credit. In fact, right now, with the new jail, the full faith and credit of the county is pretty much tapped out.
Right.
And then the SSM project, there was about, if I remember right, about $2 million of the county's full faith and credit assigned to that particular project. So, 20 million in GO bonds, taxable and non-taxable for the jail, 2 million, and the full faith and credit of the county is pretty much tapped out.
Right. Okay.
That's a good question. I think the other piece of it is, from what I see, generally with IRBs, the county would take on the lease to the property while those bonds are being repaid. But then once the bonds are repaid, then the property would go back to the business owner. So that's kind of the other legal part of this that I've found with the IRB.
And then I had a question also, I mean, there's the two benefits, one was the sales tax exemption,
Right.
the other is the property tax abatement. Is property tax abatement automatic, or are we just able to offer?
You could do, if you just wanted to say, we just wanted to do the sales tax abatement, I think you can. Because I think it says with the property sales tax exemption, it can be part of that for up to 10 years, but cities and counties can decide how they want to do that.
And I had a second question about that property tax abatement. I didn't know if it was 100% the full 10 years, or I know in Coffee County at one time, I know they did it at least once, I don't know, maybe more than once. They had like a sliding scale abatement where there's 100% the first year, 90% abatement the second year, 80%
Right, I
after
think
the
I've seen
10
that.
years. So.
I remember seeing that somewhere, but
Well,
yeah.
I think there's a building down south, one of the buildings down south.
Oh, okay.
They did that,
Okay.
if I remember right.
Yeah, I can do some more research on that, but I believe it's for the city or county to decide how they want to do that. It says up to 10 years, so it could be a full tax abatement, partial, could be 5 years, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So if the county was to get into this, and something happened in the city, does the city have the right to recuse themselves from being a part of this and still get?
Yeah, so from what I understand, this would be for businesses that would be outside of any city limits. If there was a business within the city, we could work with that city government to do it, but it would come from the city.
It would be their choice whether they wanted to do it or not.
Correct.
But this would be outside the city,
Yes. Yeah, this would be in the
county.
for these types of projects, which again, my office, I could still work with businesses that were inside any city limit, but then I would be working with those cities.
Any incorporated boundaries?
I think it would be a good negotiating tool, not to throw out there that we're gonna give you all these abatements and everything.
Right, and and it's not to say we're doing that.
Especially if
anyway.
It'd be another tool in your toolbox.
If it's an existing,
Yeah.
you know, if it's an existing business that's wanting to expand, or even someone that's got a good business plan, that I think it'd be something that
Okay.
I would be interested in looking at.
Yeah, and I can take some time to build more of a structure, because that's just what I was finding, is we didn't have any previous, like if you see, like the city of Pittsburgh or some others that I've been looking at, they have they have a structure built out for IRBs. If a business is interested, then they would talk to me, we would go through the whole process and talk to you. I just didn't see that Coffee County that we had anything in place to kind of start that.
Sure.
So I can put some time into working on that. I think it is a good idea for the county, like you said, to at least have that tool in our toolbox, if it's needed or if it's the right step to take.
Present some options to them anyway, if they're interested.
Yeah, I'd like to see.
So like Todd said, not just a given either, that,
I like the idea with what Mark was saying about a sliding scale on it.
Okay.
If there's any-
Yeah, and that's something that we could, if we got into something like that, that's something that we could have a discussion on.
Yeah.
And then another part of that is, I'd like to see us maybe help existing businesses out a little bit more than somebody coming in new. You know, give them a little bit more of a break.
Right.
Well, because basically those folks would already have somewhat of a business plan in place that
Right.
with a record,
Right.
so.
And like I said, I've had a few existing businesses kind of email me asking if this is an incentive that we had, and I just didn't know how to tell them when I did that. So I may have more, if we get those businesses that are really wanting to pursue that, then I will obviously give you that information as we go. But that's a great starting point. The other one I wanted to mention as I'm looking through some of these different incentives that I think may be interesting to Coffee County. One was a rural housing and incentive district. The other one I've kind of been looking at as we talk about housing, and we all know we've a shortage of housing here in the county. So this is one, and again, I've had a few developers reach out to me since I've started in April to just kind of ask some questions, and this is one that's come up. So the Rural Housing Incentive District is much different than the IRB. So what this is we would be designating an area in the county. If we said this is an area we really want to see developed, or there's developer interest in building houses, we would set that area, and then that specific designated RHID, that it would create the new property tax revenue generated in that district could then be used by the housing project to reimburse the developer for infrastructure costs. So I know it's come up that, well, we may want to build out here, but we need to be able to build roads within that area. We need sewer, things like that. So that cost would still fall on the developer up front, but then if you had that RHID district, that could help then reimburse the developer in the long run for investing to build housing. So it would be, and then that's another one where we could decide, but it would be a tax increment paid back to the developer annually until infrastructure costs are reimbursed, or up to 25 years or whatever we set that time frame on.
Would this be strictly for the developer, or for, you take like a city that was going to have, that had a project going, that would just be for the developer,
Yes,
correct?
so go back to the developer, and again, we're talking not within any city limits. So the county, the way we would do it is they were building outside of city limits in the county. If it were to be within the city limits, then I would just be working with the city again on this.
Okay.
If I remember right, these are case-by-case applications, they're not countywide to start with. When you start a division, you have to specifically apply for that location to qualify for this.
For that location.
Yeah.
Correct.
Unless the county said, here is a square and we want people to develop here, then we could set it.
So
But you still have that location that you defined as
Yeah.
the building site.
So you can see like
sites,
these
it wouldn't
around.
be just one, I mean, it could be
multiple.
Like,
Right.
could be
So
a
like-
40-acre site or something.
Yeah, so like this
Right.
is what they've done. This is just a few examples in Pittsburgh. Again, I was kind of looking at some of the stuff they've done, and they have very specific locations. They have a bunch of them. Those are just a couple.
Is there a minimum amount of housing to go into this area or not?
Not for an RHID. Again, we could decide on a case-by-case basis, because it does take work to do all the legwork to get it. So if it was just one house, it may not be
Right,
basically worth it.
But if it were a 20-acre lot, or plot, or whatever,
Right.
then that's where the infrastructure would be considered as far as sewer, water, et cetera.
Yes. So kind of the way, one of the things it's required is we do have to have a valid housing needs analysis, which we have done in 2022. So we've got that, and then the next step would be, if there's a developer interested, they would submit their plan to the county, or they would sit down and meet with me and talk about what they're planning to do. Then from there, we would establish the RHID, and we would decide what boundaries we wanted on it. So.
If I remember right, those RHIDs, they can be used to revitalize downtown floors, can't they, in business districts and downtowns also?
Yeah, so there's different types. Like some people might use it for new development. I have seen where they've done it for like second-story housing in a downtown, like you said.
Yep.
But again, for the county, that wouldn't necessarily be us then creating RHID. It'd be working with the city
Right.
to do that, which is also not that good. So if that kind of sounds like things you guys are interested in, I'll keep putting together more information.
I think so.
As I have people interested, I'll start building that framework so that we have that, so that we're not just going into something without all the background information.
I'd certainly like to see more of it.
Cool, well, that's great. And also, we're lucky, like I said, been working with a lot of our regional commerce reps, and they know, they do this kind of stuff all the time, so they've been really helpful to me as I go through the first time on some of these processes.
Well, appreciate all your efforts
Yeah, we'll keep
researching what
moving
you
forward.
can work on. Yeah, you're working hard.
I just wanted to make sure that we're all kind of at the same, up to speed as I start maybe
Great.
talking about some of these different incentives to you guys.
Great.
Alright. That's all I had. Did you guys have anything else for me this morning? We'll keep going. Alright, thank you guys.
Thank you. Well, I guess at the end of our agenda, why don't we go ahead and visit with Eldon, and then we can do our round table after that. That suit everybody okay?
That's great.
Ready for me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm supposed to tell you who I am, Eldon Thomas, and the address is 911 24th Road, directly across the road from where A1 Pumping has got their operation. So get most of all the traffic, all the smells, all the downsides. I don't see any upside at all. One upside, A1 Pumping. All the neighbors all have downsides. I mean, I think that's obvious. Everybody says that. I think you got an email from Art over the weekend. You got my letter. Really serious about it. I think if you look at, I think you guys probably have a copy of their authorization to do this. And it is not a permit. Come to my attention, it's not a permit from the state. It's an authorization to go in agricultural exemption. And that's what they're using. And at the very last paragraph in his authorization, it says if it becomes a nuisance, it will have to stop. All operations will cease. Nobody seems to want to do that. Really obvious it's a nuisance. I think several of you have been out there. I've asked you to come out. I think you're aware, but you were not there when it's the worst.
Right.
Early in the morning, when it's still, my house is down low, the settle's in there, late in the evening. When I got home yesterday evening, got out of the pickup, it about puts you to your knees. It was about dark. Open the garage door, just about take your breath away.
And no wind, right? I mean, very little breeze.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
When you guys were there, I think it was all fairly breezy that day, and it kind of stirs it up and takes it away. But it's horribly strong.
Well, when I was there, it looked like it just worked it in from the looks
Yeah.
of it. You can't see
Yeah.
it in the road.
Right, exactly.
That's the way it is.
And I don't think any of you guys probably spent very much time there. I mean, if you're there, it get to you.
Yeah.
Thought has crossed my mind, inviting you all to a little patio party in the evening, and see how long you stay. So, I mean, Friday it was really bad when they were putting on the solid. And Art, I was talking to him on the phone, Art friend, he was trying to get some pictures, and he was on Iris Road, and they were east of him, an eighth of a mile maybe. And all of a sudden he says, I gotta go, I think I'm gonna be sick. And I could hear him heaving. And when Carl Lee pulled up, that I also had called, he was standing in the middle of the road, vomiting. And I think all you have to do is call Carl, and he'll confirm it. It's that bad. So I ended up with some phone numbers for the KDHE and started calling, and I'm sorry to say I wasn't very pleasant, but demanded somebody come down Friday. And if you're aware of what goes on in the Ivory Towers, getting somebody to come out Friday evening is nearly impossible. But did get a lady to come out. I think it was a real eye-opening experience for her. And but I'm not convinced that she's got the personality to make anything happen yet. She keeps talking about, well, we're working on new regulations and stuff. Well, it needs to happen now, not in 6 months. The action needs to be immediate. And they can do it, it's on there in black and white. And if you look in the state on what Art sent you, it describes what a nuisance is. If this isn't a nuisance, I don't know what it would take. Now, I think if the commission would direct your county attorney to send a forceful letter or email to several of the higher ups in KDHE, there's a possibility something could happen, but it needs to happen today, not a week from now or 6 months from now. It needs to happen today. And my example is, I've lived on that same farm for 71 years. He's been there 6 months. Why am I being subjected to this? I mean, you guys shouldn't be letting this happen. Bringing in stuff from Arkansas and Missouri that they have already banned in their own states because it's not suitable, and bringing it to Kansas. I mean, I just don't understand what the holdup is. It should never have been approved to start with. The guy up there approved it without having all the proper documents, and then we called and had complaints, and he's covered them up. This lady acted like she didn't even know there was any problem.
You're talking KDHE, is that?
Yes. Yes.
This had been the gentleman that came to,
Emery?
Emery.
And I think you can even go back to your YouTube video of when he was here, and you'll even see that he even told you guys that it can be stopped if it becomes a nuisance. And I guess I'm kind of jumping around. I'm not a very good public speaker, but he's operating under the agriculture exemption. And I think it's within you guys' power to ask him for financial records, or at least a percentage of what his income is from A1 pumping. How much is agricultural and how much is commercial? I think his agricultural income will be zero.
Are you talking A1 or?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. I had told that lady, and I think I made myself pretty clear that what's going on is just almost certainly going to be litigation, naming state people, inaction, inappropriate action, cover-ups. It's time for something to happen. I think everybody agrees there's a problem.
I do know that every time that I've talked to you folks or whoever, I talk to Carl, and then he's direct line to KDHE.
Right.
Which I think is the correct way to go. I mean,
Yes,
that's
it really is their position. I mean, it's their place to do it, but they won't do it. Well, partly because they don't know. It's being covered up. I just feel sure. She actually said, and this come out of her mouth, I couldn't believe it, when we were talking about the cover-up and stuff. She said, well, I think, and she was referring to Emery Weems, part of the reason he is covering this up is probably to cover up his approval that should not have happened in the first place. The documents were not there, and he approved it anyhow. She wasn't aware of that. I told her about it, and then when she got down to Topeka, from Topeka, Art had it on his tablet, where there had been a core request for it, and directly from their office admitted that it was not there. It is now, after the fact, it's there. She was not aware of that.
she came out Friday. Is that
Yes.
right, Friday afternoon?
She got there, it was late, 4:30 or 5, stayed there about 2 hours.
Good.
I mean, that's
part's
really
impressive.
unusual for administration up in an office like that to come down on a Friday. And like I say, I apologize, but I've not been very pleasant, but this doesn't seem like anybody, it's hard to been ignored.
You must have been pretty persuasive,
Yep.
right?
Yes, very. They probably got a record of it.
That's okay.
It seems like unless you're like that, then just nothing happens. I hate to be that way. Any questions, anybody?
Have you been out there, Mark? Not yet. I think you guys ought to go out. It's nasty.
I was planning on going out.
I was out,
Thursday.
I can't remember when you were
Thursday, I think.
Thursday afternoon.
Yes, and Wade was out, and Wade, you were out.
I was
Todd
out
was
the
out.
night after she was there, and I was there the night after our meeting in Waverly, when it was so bad, I drove back gravel, and I went out there.
I think I went out Thursday morning.
Yeah,
10:30,
noonish or
11 o'clock.
something, yeah, right.
You were gone at the time, and I drove up.
Yeah,
to
I was
Dodge.
not there with when any of you
Right.
guys were there. So, yeah. But you definitely were not there when it was at its worst.
Oh, from what you've all told us, I mean.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it
we're all
wasn't.
telling you the same thing.
Right, right, I don't.
And I understand why you guys hesitate, but it looks to me like you guys need to start getting really forceful with the state. They won't follow their own rules. I mean, it's right there in black and white.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how there could be any question about it, and why we're getting ignored like this.
Right.
So, anybody else?
I don't think any of us would wanna live there.
No,
No, we want it fixed.
Well, and I'm not really upset with you guys. I guess in a way, I understand. I can see both sides of it, I think. That it's really not your place.
Well, we've witnessed that we think that wheels should be in motion.
Yeah, should have been a long time,
So
and it
we've got-
shouldn't have been approved
we've
to
got,
start with.
You know, Carl's working on it, doing his best, and.
Yes, I agree.
and I just,
I'll give
you know,
him 100%.
we're just hoping
He's
something's
doing the best
happening,
he can and trying not to ruffle a lot of feathers also,
Right.
but,
But
I mean,
this has kinda gotten to the point where the state told them they could put it out there, and the county had no part of
well,
saying
and
it
see,
was applicable.
that's the difference between authorizing it and a permit, that I understand, is that it kind of relieves some of the liability from the state, because if it's a permit, then they have to publicize it, then they have to ask for public
Public
input,
comment. Public hearing.
and so this bypasses all that.
Well, there's been basically an ag exemption,
Right.
and that's, it doesn't.
I mean, I think there's probably, at times, similar deals really are ag, but this is not. It's purely commercial.
Right.
Even at the very first meeting that several of us neighbors and he got together at his land, and he was telling us some of the things that the state required was like planting a corn crop and stuff. Out of his own mouth, he says, "We're not farmers. We don't know what we're doing." I mean, maybe he'll deny it. There's like 4 of us there that we can tell you that is exactly what come out of his mouth.
Right. Right.
And I just, along with the smell and stuff, I've got a camera up in my yard now, and it's about 10 trucks a day going both ways, so 20 semis a day past my house from 8 o'clock in the morning till about 4:30 usually.
So when I was there Thursday morning, I think 3 trucks came by. They were all tank trucks.
They are.
But I don't know, is that
Well,
liquid or is
That is liquid.
solid?
I've got some pictures of the solid stuff coming in. It's coming back, it's coming in on A1 trucks, on semi-trailers, a rollback container is what it's coming in on. And we have pictures of it. And I don't think they started that until last week.
Okay.
That's
what I wondered,
when they first started.
how it was getting there.
Yeah, and I've got some pictures also of them spreading it with their spreader, and it just pulverizes it. I mean, just a powder when it comes out, and any smell there is, it just is.
so when they do that, Eldon, do they come back in and work it in, or?
They do, and they have done that, but, it might be hours later, and even after they've worked it in.
I'm just curious if.
Yeah, they have, and Carl told that lady that they did what they were supposed to do after they got done in several hours, but then they went back with a disc and disced it in, but the smell's still there. I mean, it helps, I'll grant you
Covered
that.
some of it.
Yeah, it helps, but then, like I say, in the evenings, when it gets still, it starts settling in, it's strong. The liquid stuff has got some odor to it, but it's nothing like this.
Solid.
Yeah. And we found out, Carl said he asked them directly where that was coming from. It's coming from Hill's Dog Food Plant in Tonganoxie. And it's waste that's been run through a centrifuge and loaded into those rollback containers.
I see.
So, I mean, I've got pictures of coming in on the trucks and got pictures of them spreading. That's what Art was trying to take a picture of when he got sick.
Yeah.
I mean, almost every day I go up and take pictures of something that they're doing that is questionable.
Right.
And Carl's been out there, boy, I'd hate to say how many times. Lots and lots and lots.
Carl has been real good. I get a call now and then, I'll call Carl up and explain to him, he's right out there.
And that's.
Yeah, he's
Sean,
been.
that's what I mean, that's what
He
he
does a
responded
good
to.
He's been right on the ball. Don't, never hesitates, never argues. I'll be right up.
And
Yes.
whichever side it may
Yes,
be.
yes.
Yeah. I think he's trying to stay neutral, but show what's going on.
Right.
I think off the record, he probably sympathizes with us,
Sure.
but trying to do his job and remain objective.
Right.
He's got so much to work with
Yeah.
other places with KDHE.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the
Right.
things that KDHE said. Well, you're not the only people. Well, yeah, but you don't even know about it. How many complaints have we filed? It's really hard to file an actual complaint. But all this stuff that you guys got went to a number of places in Topeka last night. Representatives, state representatives. I'm not so sure Art didn't even send it to the governor's office. I mean, we're serious. We're not going to drop it.
Sure. I don't blame you one bit.
So, any questions? Well, I'll do the best I can.
No, you're doing fine.
Yes. Earlier on the name in the documents. He's a speaker of the House.
Okay.
I think did Brad Barrett not come out?
He was there that same night all you guys were there.
Went that Wednesday night.
Thursday, I think.
Thursday.
It may have been Wednesday, one or the other.
Yeah, I think maybe it was Wednesday because I think you told me that in the text message on.
And I think Wednesday I notified some of you guys, and then it was Thursday actually, before you come out, I think. I think that's right.
I had a long talk with him that night, and he forwarded me all the emails that he'd sent to the KDHE. They were forceful, to the point, and he's wanting something done, and he's going up the chain. So, and then he's trying to get legislation moved in to bring state of Kansas with the dumping of these other area states are so far ahead where they're banning it, to get Kansas to look into some of these situations, so we're not way down here with our regulations.
Well, and you just brought up a point, working up the chain, and I think that's what we're trying to do here is just try to follow
I don't know how
the
many,
proper channels is what I'm trying to say.
I'm not sure how many layers up she was above Emery Weems, but she is his superior, and she claimed she didn't even know about it.
That was Heather
Heather Merritt.
Merritt.
And I'll give her, she was really nice personality, good to get along with. She didn't seem very forceful to me, like, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call him and tell him he has to stop today yet. Now, when I left this morning, there had not been any trucks by, so I don't know. Slim possibility, but it sounded like, well, I need to talk to my superiors and to legal counsel and stuff.
Which is understandable. I mean.
Right.
again,
Well, yeah, if they do it.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I even asked our lawyer if he wanted to be there, and he said, well, he didn't think legally he could be, because she was down there, and if it turns to litigation, he would be there without her having counsel present.
Right.
I mean, it's almost a certain deal it's gonna happen.
Right. Right.
We don't wanna name you guys,
Sure.
but, we're serious.
So Wade, do you feel you could draft a letter?
I went Thursday night, Mr. Thomas called my office. I had some availability, so I went out Thursday night, I think.
This evening, I think, or towards evening, yeah.
4:15, 4:20.
I think Art saw you there. I don't know if he talked to you or not, but I think he saw you there.
Ended up meeting with Art, and I think I left around 7, sort of walked around Art's site, kind of was able to visualize. He walked me through where pictures had been taken, kind of the setup and layout of.
Well, I think we've got two separate problems with that place. Part of it is the leaching of the liquid going down into the rock quarry, and the other part is the smell from the solid. I mean, the liquid has smell too, but not nearly like this solid does. And the problem being too, is when the wind come out of the north there, middle of the week, blew it right to my house. And even, instead of going to the other end of the place to put it, they went directly north of my house is where they were spreading it. I mean,
Yeah, last week was northeast wind
Yeah.
all week.
Yeah.
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 I mean, to me, that's either not using common sense or not caring about trying to get along with neighbors or anything.
I understand.
So without going into maybe some attorney-client type discussion, which I think needs to occur for the sake of this board and the county, what I've relayed and what I think the message from Coffee County is, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, the Board of County Commissioners for Coffee County will protect its citizens, and that's the message that needs to be sent. That's pretty short and to the point, and
Follow your own regulations.
so I've been looking into and kind of getting some thoughts and ideas in anticipation of, not that I knew you were going to be here, but
Yeah, well, I didn't really plan to, but.
I think I need, behind closed doors under the attorney-client, to speak with the board about
Probably wording and.
legal options moving forward on behalf of the county, but a strong, forceful letter. I know it's been, I've stated it to several people, the frustration is the state agency that has health and environment behind its name, that should not be the Board of Coffee County Commissioners being a part of that. But if it needs to be, it will, and that's a discussion that needs to be had behind closed doors.
Do you think that copies of that should also go to some of the state representatives and stuff like that?
You're talking about a letter from
Yes,
the
yeah.
county? I think, my opinion is you shout from the rooftop and you send it everywhere it needs to go, but,
My experience on some other issues has been start at the top and work your way down. You have a lot better luck. Instead of starting at the bottom and having people cover it up and not send it on up the line like it should be.
I've articulated in the past, if and when necessary, the county will defend it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you guys aren't on our side, we're just so fed up that nothing happens. And it needs to happen quick, not 6 months from now.
On the corner in Ellis, the cross streets, was it 22nd or 24th?
24th and Iris.
24th and Iris.
Right.
So as I drove up, my windows were down, and the odor at that location, it reminded me of being at a landfill on its worst day.
One, and this maybe isn't part of it, but I go by his shop, A1 shop, a lot of the time with my semi. And he must be figuring on gearing up on this a lot, because I think there's 4 of those rollback semi-trailers sitting in these lots. So evidently they're planning to get a lot more coming in.
Of the solid.
Of the solid. I personally have not tried to get a hold of him that day that we had the meeting before this ever even started. His attitude and stuff was just such that I can see there's no point. And in fact, this lady seemed to be aware of his attitude also, and I think they're scared of him.
So where's his shop? West
It is
of
on,
your house?
on Highway 50 west of Emporia.
Oh, that's
Mm,
right, okay.
yeah.
Okay, I know where you mean then.
Yeah.
I didn't know if
But-
they had a location out there.
No,
Because when I was there.
out west of Emporia,
there-
like 2 miles, 2
Yeah,
miles.
yeah, I know where it's at, but
Right.
they, there was an ATV that come around and went on west, and I thought maybe they might, do they have
Well,
any
I
other
mean-
property west, or?
Part of it too, is you look at it, what's he contributing in Coffee County? Taxes on 80 acres. Like me, I've got own quite a bit of land, got a farming operation, all the inputs and all the grain goes through Coffee County.
Right.
Custom combining operation since I was in high school, it's in Coffee County. Trucking business, which the income comes into Coffee County.
Right.
A lot of my expenses do not, but,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And the other people around too are local, do business locally. He's the only one that's benefiting from it.
Yeah, I imagine most of his support costs come out of Lyon County probably.
Yeah, I don't think he's even got any employees that live in Coffee County.
So Wade, you want executive session now for attorney-client
Correct.
or
It was gonna
legal?
be roundtable, but this just.
That sounds great to me.
What, for legal advice?
Legal advice regarding,
Correspondence.
legal advice regarding a county,
Make it.
Sure.
potential county action regarding, I guess, action or correspondence regarding, trying to think of how to word it the right way.
Regarding health concerns?
Nuisances?
It's not really regarding the health concerns, though, we're
But
doing legal
nuisance.
advice. I mean, it concerns that obviously, but that's not our reason for the exemption of having it in open session, correct?
No, I mean,
The concern
the
is.
issue is, and the reason for the request for an executive session is, I'm not the decision maker. I need your direction on what you want me to do.
As a group, yeah.
From a legal perspective, and I generally have an idea, but if I just do something, it's without your direction, and that's what I need is your direction. And I can provide some legal advice on what the options are, and then you can.
Well, that would make me really happy to see you guys starting to make some progress out of it.
So,
And Eldon, it's not that we don't take you folks seriously, trust me, I mean, we're just trying to do.
I think I understand your side of it too.
well,
I mean,
when working with, okay, we're gonna put Carl on this, Carl's more than anxious to try to deal with it.
yeah, he's
And
been
we're
excellent.
hoping that things would happen like they're
Well,
supposed to be happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of what's going on is because it's been covered up in Topeka, and that the people that really make the decisions aren't even aware of what's going on, and the complaints.
Yeah.
That'd be like potential action regarding a nuisance?
Yep. Legal advice regarding potential, advice regarding options, reference, accounting nuisance.
Legal advice regarding potential action.
Yeah, I probably should read it.
In my head, I know.
I was gonna say, you threw in a bunch of different options there.
Erase type.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up there for a little bit.
You've done pretty well so far.
Is there any way you can put an emphasis on what I've been saying?
Eldon, your approach on while they're working this out, from top down and being an administrator, I want to contradict you a little bit there. In what we've been trying to do is going
I realize that's not the
up the chain.
correct channel. I
But,
understand that.
I mean, and we keep going there.
Yeah,
We've got the
hoping it'll work, yeah.
legislation involved into it, and we're pushing through with
Yeah.
everybody up above there, so.
But, and I don't know how much you guys are following up on that, to know whether what you're trying to tell them is getting through, you know, is it getting through to the correct people?
Right.
But, again, that's why our thought process is that Carl is.
Right.
And that's, I guess that's the approach.
Yeah.
That.
And I don't think they've been listening.
That we're looking at, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they've been listening to him either. I mean, I think he's been in contact with them quite a bit,
Oh, I know he has.
and, you know.
He's responded well to whenever I've talked to him.
And what I've seen of him down here, he's trying to remain reasonably neutral on you know, so that they don't accuse him of
Right.
and I'll sure give you credit. I mean,
Well, and that's the thing, and obviously I think we all agree there's a problem, but he is a landowner in the county also, so
Right.
he's entitled to his side of it.
Sure.
You know.
Exactly.
And I'm not, you understand where I'm at on
Yes,
this.
I do.
There's a problem.
And
But-
I told
but, you know.
I told that lady a number of times Friday evening, if this was going on beside your house, you would have had it stopped before now.
I think another one of the things, Ellen, some of this, letting people know, it has been taken, not only KDHE, but it's gone to state representatives who I've got letters
Right.
that have been sent to them, and they're shaking the tree really hard.
Yeah.
Forcefully and
I
hard.
think Bear is doing what he can legally too, probably. I mean, I think we've got most of you guys' attention,
Yeah.
but the people in Topeka, until maybe Friday.
Well, if
I
the
don't
state
think we have.
representatives are working on it, maybe we're helping jump up those rungs of the
Well,
ladder, I hope.
I think that the problem with them is, all it says, well, we need some new regulations.
No, we need some action on this.
Yeah,
issue
I mean,
first.
it needs immediate action. I mean, if nothing else, if you stop it temporarily until you get your new regulations in place or something. I mean, I'd even go for that, you know, and let us be part of making the regulations, let us make suggestions of what needs to happen or not happen.
Right.
I don't remember how many of you were on the board at the time when there was a rock quarry trying to go in out there. And they finally decided, well, there's too many houses, too much population around that section. Is why they turned it down.
Uh-huh.
And this is basically the same thing. One less house, one house burned down. It's still the same people,
Right.
same number of houses.
Have you got something suitable now, Wade?
After the word advice, remove regarding, and then after the word, after the word correspondence and options
Add options.
and options. So that from comma to comma regarding legal advice. Related to potential, so related, potential county correspondence and options related to a nuisance. It probably doesn't flow very well.
How many minutes? Looks pretty good.
20?
Okay.
I I would make a motion to enter into executive session for 20 minutes to include each of the commissioners and county councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice related to potential county correspondence and options related to a nuisance under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319, B2.
I'll second that.
Been moved by Peterson, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We will go in.
Give us an extra minute or two.
Yeah, we'll go in at 11:10. That gives us.
I want to thank you guys.
No, thank
And,
you.
thank you, kind of off the record, we are pushing really hard to get Emery Weed removed from his job.
The summary for action to be taken, if at all, post-executive session. I am going to put together a letter on behalf of the Board of County Commissioners. I will sign it and send it to KDHE and other entities I feel are appropriate to explain the urgency of the situation here in Coffee County, with Coffee County residents being personally impacted and affected by the land spreading, and that action needs to be taken to aid and assist county residents in their concerns. And is that a fair summary of what I understand that I need to do? And then from there, for me to look into and see what other legal avenues are available for the county to potentially pursue. What legal remedies are available to the county?
I think that's a fair description.
I'm sorry?
Is it all sites or just the one address? All sites or just the one 24 address?
I think it would be for the entire, it would cover the entire county.
Well, so I guess we're ready for, well, we got a few more things to sign, but maybe we can start round table.
That was actually on my list for roundtable after having been out to the site on Thursday. For lack of better wording, I kind of sat back. I've been included on some of the email correspondence, going back and forth, especially with Representative Barrett, but I've sat idle, hoping that KDHE would respond and take some remedial action. Obviously, as you've heard today, that's, I guess, we don't know exactly what's happening there. Something's happening there, but I'm not sure it's enough to satisfy those local residents who are being personally impacted each and every day. So, as a result, I was going to request direction from the board and provide some advice on what options were available. And that's kind of where we find ourselves right now. So I will put the correspondence together to send to Topeka and see if that generates any response. What you hope is that someone from KDHE would come and take this, if you watch, an open invitation to come and explain what KDHE is doing or not doing and the reasons why, because this impacts and affects people here in Coffee County. And they should not have their ability to live quietly, peacefully, all across the board, interrupted by someone coming in and conducting whatever the business is. And that's the multiple people have been in multiple times now. So apparently what they're doing isn't working, and something has to give. Outside of that, I didn't have any other roundtable for today.
I don't have any comment. I was just gonna say, I did go to the hospital meeting this last week on Monday, and so we had a pretty good meeting. They're they had a presentation during their meeting about their internal materials, how they secure their materials, and things that they are doing to save money on that. So that was interesting. The previous month looked good financially for them, and
Good.
Ambulance, they were looking at, I think they're going to be getting 27 ambulance, although it is my understanding at the moment that I do not think any money is sought to wait for it. But they do have another year, so. But that's my understanding. Anyway, it was a good meeting.
Okay.
Don't have anything else to. Thought the Burlington Comprehensive Plan meeting went well also.
You did.
Good.
Had good attendance there, good comments.
Good. That's it. Mike,
I don't have anything to do.
have any word on the Marie Bell's building?
He's supposed to be here Wednesday. I'm gonna go down and take the canopy off for him. And then go on Wednesday. Then the roof will be started. Yeah. Called him Friday and said, dude, you gotta get going.
Good.
Have you talked to, the glass place, they're still on.
Sent him a message. It started as a meeting and he's supposed to be here Wednesday to fix it.
Okay,
Okay.
I don't have anything. I did go to the comprehensive plan, your waiver meeting, thank you. What was that, Thursday evening? It was well attended, some good comments, a lot of thought. It went well, so brought a bunch of people together. That's all I got.
Good. Yeah, I don't have anything. You have anything, Casey?
I got one thing here, looking at my notes and stuff. We all got an email from Richard Kroll about mileage. Did you guys get that? I think maybe sometime we want to revisit that and enforce the use of county vehicles. When somebody goes over, I don't know what or what, but we're paying quite a bit of mileage out for personal use when we have vehicles here. So we may want to visit that sometime.
Okay, I guess I didn't see that. Not saying I didn't get it, but I didn't see it.
It was, somebody then paid over a 3-month period, $1,500 in mileage. And, you know, if it's that much, give them a county vehicle, just pay for fuel. And that's what we've got here.
Oh, crap. We done this one? Oh, no. Do we have to sign that?
I don't think we have to sign that.
We just initial.
Do we have to sign this, Jason?
Payroll.
I'm not sure. I don't think it would hurt to.
Oh. You've seen that.
Never recall signing it before, but has a line for my name. Somebody had a picture.
That's right.
Well, Terry's at lunch right now, so I can't go ask her, so.
Not sick, it's okay.
Yeah, she
I'd rather you guys
got
sign it
Well,
and
see,
it not be
sit
needed than
down.
have to track you down later.
I don't think a little extra ink on there is gonna hurt anything.
Nope.
Has there been a discussion on the timing of putting 538 C Street and Leroy and 309 Sanders and Burlington on the market? Those are the two properties that the hospital made a recommendation to sell. And only reason I'm bringing it up, just to make sure it will require two different resolutions. One, to initiate that process. Two, the final hearing regarding that, and then deciding how you want to sell those, if in fact that's what you want to do. Or if you're wanting to go out and look at them and see what they look like before you want to do that.
We need to sell.
We need to,
Let's kind of wait until Mayor Bell's is done, and we could maybe clump it all together and figure it out.
Okay.
I don't know the status of those two other buildings, if they've ever been cleaned out or what has happened with those either, so.
Yeah, check and see if they're ready.
Okay.
In that respect, I suppose we should. So is everything signed? So do we need to go ahead and, we want to just wait then and see if they're ready to initiate that action? I mean, they've said they intend to, or that they're okay with it.
They already recommended.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be glad to reach out to them and see
Okay.
the status of them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I hadn't missed anything and you weren't
Yeah.
waiting on me.
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Well, nobody has anything else, I guess we'll adjourn at 11:44. Thank you all.